sometimes you see them leap out of the water.
Yeah.
Leap out of the water a moment.
Okay. What's that, Florida?
In the second row, there's a huge eagle's nest up there. A nest is about 15 feet, 4 meters down from the top of the tallest tree in the second row. 7 feet, 2 meters across, 6 feet, almost 2 meters deep. They say this nest weighs 700 to 800 pounds, more than 300 kilos. It's been in that tree for more than 40 years. Now, it's about the time of year the eagles have headed north, but the eagles have been with us using that nest for more than 40 years. We've been taking pictures of them for more than 20. When I first came to work here, I worked with the old instrumentation engineer who had put the first still camera in that tree a couple years before I got here. He told me the first year his team got a big weatherproof camera. To that they added a big film pack, battery pack, and timer, so they could put the camera in the tree and they expected during the whole eagle nesting season, September through May. Ever so often the camera would go, and take a picture.
The cab you see on this corner on the right is where they drive it going west. On the opposite corner, facing the other direction, is where they drive it east. Why? You can't turn it around. That vehicle is too big to turn around, so it has 2 gears, forward and forward. And the orange external tank fueled the 3 main engines of the orbiter. Those exhausts would go through those ports into a flame trench out at the launch pad. Drive it on Alabama River Rock, which comes from the Tennessee River. The Alabama River Rock acts like dry ball bearings, spreads out the weight, reduces the friction, and no matter what you hit that rock with, it will not spark. Excellent idea when you got solid rocket boosters sitting right there. Now, the Alabama River Rock is just the tip of the iceberg. It's only about 4 to 7 inches thick. Beneath that is 7 feet deep of layers of compact shell limestone select fill. This road is as wide as an 8-lane highway. The crawler uses the entire width of this road. Coming up here on the right, high bays 1 and 3. High bay 1 is partially open. You'll see another mobile launch platform inside there. During the shuttle program, that's where they would stack the shuttle inside those doors. Family fox was living in it, rats, so they decided NASA, Delaware North.
But they would begin to move down, and they would be towed down to the south end of the runway, down the towway we crossed, and only back at the orbital processing facility would they finally unfasten all the hoses and take it inside to get it ready for its next mission.
Launch control for the Apollo missions. This is not a mock-up. These are the very consoles we sat at when men first took off to fly to the moon. The tragedy of Apollo 1 had put us a 1.5 years behind. We were making up for it in one big leap, and we were doing it with a rocket that no man had ever flown before.
This is launch control, T-minus 3 minutes and counting. We've completed our communications checks with the Apollo 8 astronauts in the cabin, and the communications are go.
Thank you.
If it's still raining by the time as you're ready to head on out to the cruise ships, your bus is going to pick you back up at this exact area where you offloaded. If it is not raining, you head straight down the slope past the taxi drivers. Your bus is going to be opposite the security booth. You'll be sitting on the tour. Now we are heading to the casino area, folks. Please keep the group together. Alright everybody, now this is going to be the guidance throne. A lot of guests come here, they line up here to get their photos taken by sitting in the throne. This is an area that you can come back to as soon as you're done with the tour to have your photos taken. Here's the fishing which you see. Now everything here is based on the storyline Atlantis. This was built in about 1998 from a company named Olio. So everything here is based on Plato's writings of Atlantis that he wrote in 347 BC. Now the aquarium holds about 2.7 million gallons of ocean water. Feeding times for our fish are at 9, then again at 3 p.m. Manta rays, there's another one over to the right. These manta rays are native to our water. They can get up to about 29 feet from wing to wing and about 3,000 pounds. Athena has 2 spots on her stomach, and Poseidon, he has a smooth stomach. This here is a zebra shark. It's from the Indo-Pacific. It gets to about 7 feet. The base camp by explorers when they were looking for the sunken city of Atlantis in the 1920s. So keep in mind, this is a 15-chamber replica of Atlantis we're walking through now. Alright everybody, now this right here is where we have our Caribbean lobsters. On the inside, you're surrounded by them to your left, right, and up above your heads. Grouper. Years ago, this fish was called a Jewfish. Female. They lay their eggs, and the more dominant species of female turns itself into a male and fertilizes the eggs, and that is how they reproduce. Eyes on the inside that are called French grunts. Their purpose for being in this exhibit is for food. Yeah. So we eat this sea mollusk 101 different ways. The conch builds the shell itself from the mucus found on its body and the calcium in its sand. It has a lifespan of about 14 years. So the older it gets, this entire shell gets thicker and thicker and thicker. And what happens is this entire opening here, it closes up. And the poor guy can die of an involuntary suicide. And the tentacles hang down between 12 to 15 feet in length. Now the sting of this jellyfish can cause temporary paralysis or cardiac arrest. Alright folks, this right here is our submarine chamber, and the center of the room is a replica of the pool. Alright folks, now follow me out. You're taking the top of the right. Alright everybody, now we're going to be heading on the outside. Alright everybody, now this is where we come to the end of the guided portion of the tour.
Hey, I'm ready to go.
Wilmington, Delaware.
Nice to have you here with us too. All right. DC. DC. This place. Steeler fan, Eagle fan?
Steelers.
Say something. This way. I'm not going to say anything. You might bitch slap me, right? All right. Just come over here for me, please, everybody. We're going to be cooking some Bahamian foods today. We're going to be cooking 3 dishes. We're doing peas and rice, conch fritters, and we're going to be doing some cracked conch. We're going to be making the conch that comes in a shell like this. This is called conch. It's Poppin' John. The Poppin' John is made with black-eyed peas. Ours is made with pigeon peas. If you don't have pigeon peas when you're doing your cooking, you can always revert to. We have the ones in the can too, and you can also get the fresh ones. Or if you don't have that, you can always use the coconut milk as well. The stoves that we're giving you, they're quite easy to work with. All you have to do is make sure that this level should be down. Okay? This level should be down. Once this is down, you just turn this down, and then when you flick, the flame should show up. But don't put your hands in there because you will get burned. All right? Why did they do that? And in your pots, we placed inside your pots for you your pigeon peas, your tomatoes, your thyme, your celery, your sea pepper, your onions, and we're also going to add to this a bouillon cube. We have that right in the front of you on the mixture for your concrete batter. If you want to add anything extra to it, you can. You want to put in some Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire.
A1 steak sauce.
Yeah. Worcestershire sauce, right? So your batter is quite easy to make. We have it already set up here for you. It has your baking powder on the inside. It has your cup on the inside. It has your flour, your thyme, your ketchup. Everything else is inside there for you. We have the bottom bowl that you'll use to drain the fritters in. And when you're mixing this, please keep in mind, you just want to add a small amount of water at a time whilst you are doing this. Just a small amount of water you need at a time. So we have our mix. We're giving you metal spoons to mix your batter with. This is for your rice, because everyone, they go grab the same spoon. Once our pot comes up to a boil, we'll give it a nice tap. We want to check if it smells all right. So we take our fritters, place them over there. We grab the toothpick, stick the toothpick inside of it, and then we go girlfriend. Okay, and then she goes in the house.
In the house.
God damn, you're not hip no more. What have you been doing with her? She's lost all the hipness. Pass my girlfriend sitting down there, please. Pass my girlfriend. Okay, there's my buddy sitting down over there. Ready to go. Considered an aphrodisiac here in the Bahamas. So if you lot come, you'll tend to be more manly, like Arnold. No one got it. In other words, he was here about 15, 16 years ago. He heard that we were going to come and he said to me, listen to me now, just forget me later. I want to have another baby. Alright, we all nicely warmed up now, right? Okay, good. So what you want you to do first of all, you want to get something so you stay nice and fresh, go to the bar, put an apron, then we turn on our stoves and we're going to start, alright? We're alright, we're here in the bar.
I'm recording, okay.
Great time.
Big up in the bar. Alright, thank you.
I don't know if it's because it got so dirty because it looks so. Is the color? Okay.
Right down there, brother. Shake the whole thing for me.
Is it gonna hurt?
Very much so alive. No, it's not gonna hurt. Not gonna hurt me, but it'll hurt the count. Okay, guys, that's what you call conch salad. You got a little sample.
I hope you had a good time. Everyone had a good time? What we want you to do right now is basically, we have some plates here, some crab plate. We have some potato salad and coleslaw here for you. I want you to be able to get on there on the beach and enjoy yourselves today. So we have napkins, we have knives, and forks, we have your sauces here, we have the coleslaw, we have plates there for you to help yourself. And then help the chef too. He's broke, remember?
Yeah, and all you folks who want to take back something home for memories, get us all the way from Nassau live. Yeah, that ship responsible for the population of the Bahamas.